Sunday Night Football, NBC, Chargers, Chiefs, free play with analysis coming up right now. Hi, this is Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV, breaking down your primetime matchup on NBC this Sunday night, 8:20 Eastern, Chargers, Chiefs. No need to flex out of this game. This, I believe, was the original scheduled game. You can see it at the bottom of the rotation on the Wager Talk Live odds screen, and it's a good matchup in the AFC West. A rematch, of course, from Week 4 when these teams met in Los Angeles, and the Chiefs held on for a 17-10 win. But keep in mind, Chargers were up 10-0 after the first quarter in that game. Kansas City ran off 17 points second quarter on for the 7-point win. Statistically, they were the better team. Even with a 2-0 turnover deficit, they still won the game by 7. However, it wasn't pretty. In fact, there was a point in the second quarter where both teams combined had 6 straight punts. So it was a bit of a defensive showdown in the first meeting. Total has been bet down from 44.5 down to 43 this week on this game. Weather looks clear in Kansas City on Sunday night. About 38 degrees at kickoff. No winds, clear conditions. It was 68 degrees in LA when they played back in September. So a little bit cold for the Chargers, but I think LA can hang in this game. And at +4 or more, which is the current line, I would lean towards the Chargers. Now, some of the public sentiment is favoring LA this week, and they are looking like a little bit of a public dog, so that is a red flag. But we don't just blindly fade the public. We always use it as a filter. And there's some other reasons to be a bit concerned with the Chiefs here. Their pass defense has not looked good the past couple weeks. Given up a couple weeks ago, Carolina, of course, threw for 249 yards. The week before that, Buffalo, 262. And then last week, the real red flag was the Raiders. 35 attempts, 318 passing yards with a backup quarterback. So it does appear that this Kansas City pass defense is starting to wear down a bit here as the season goes on. In fact, overall this season, they've given up 6.7 yards per pass against teams that average 6.8. So they've been pretty mediocre. And if you look over their last 3 games, they've given up worse than that of those 3 teams, as I mentioned. Have had pretty good success throwing the ball. So I do think it's a situation in which the Kansas City pass defense is maybe a little bit weaker than their seasonal numbers. By the way, the last 3 games, they've given up 7.5 yards per passing. And 2 of those opponents, the Panthers and Raiders, were 2 of the worst offensive teams this season. So Justin Herbert should have success through the air in this game. He's averaging, the Chargers rather, averaging 7 yards per pass this year against teams that give up just 6.8. And he's coming off one of his worst games of the season. The Falcons held Herbert to 147 passing yards last week. They weren't able to get any long pass completions, 70% completions, but only on 447 yards. 86.7 QB rating was his worst of the season. In fact, second worst. The Ravens held him to 76 the week before. So after back-to-back subpar outings, no touchdowns throw, I actually look for a bounce-back game here by Justin Herbert. I think some of his player props to the over could be worth a look as well in this one. Mahomes is playing well this season, but this offense just isn't quite clicking. They've been using actually Travis Kelce a lot more than expected this year. He had 7 receptions against the Chargers back in September, and he has had at least 7 or more in almost every game but just 2 or 3 since then after a slow start the first couple weeks of the season. They do have Pacheco back in the backfield for the second week. He, of course, was out right before. He played the Bengals game, and then he missed that Chargers game in Week 4. Did not return until last Friday. 7 attempts, 44 yards, 1 reception. So he was pretty limited last week. Maybe we'll see more of him if he's 100% healthy. That could be the X factor here. But keep in mind, Kansas City's down to their 3rd-string kicker right now. That also could be an X factor which comes into play. So when you add it all up, I think the safer option here is the LA Chargers plus the 4 points. Kicks off 8:20 Eastern Sunday night on NBC. By the way, I updated my NFL spreadsheet this week with all the games played, and 84% of the time this season, the team that has won straight up has covered. So it really is as simple as picking the straight up winner in the NFL. So if you like the Chargers plus 4, you got to have some incentive or some belief they could win this game outright. And plus 180 money line would be another approach you could take, or at least put partial on the money line. I always actually recommend playing anywhere from a quarter to a half of your NFL underdog plays on the money line, the other half on the point spread. With favorites, you should always play the minus point spread, never the money line. Don't lay the extra juice, especially once again when only 16% of the games this year the point spread has come into play. Once again, you pick the winner, you usually get the point spread cover in the NFL. It's been 84% long term, and it's 84% again this year. Just updated my spreadsheet heading into week number 14. Hey, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Side, total, player props. How are you attacking this Sunday night primetime game between the Chargers and Chiefs? I read the comments and I reply back. Hey, include some analysis if you have time as well. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. Don't forget also, if you're liking these free play videos, I will keep them coming. All I ask is that you give it a thumbs up like. Once again, thumbs up like and comment below. Let me know if you're finding these videos useful, and I will do even more of them, especially with basketball now here in full swing as well. Speaking of basketball, daily basketball free play videos are up here on Wager Talk TV. Make sure you click subscribe and click the bell for instant alerts. Also, so you never miss out on my NFL free play videos and college football bowl games just around the corner starting in a couple weeks. So once again, click subscribe and click that bell for an instant alert here on Wager Talk TV. If you want my personal best bets, this is a great weekend to get on board because you can get the rest of the year, the rest of December for just $1.99 with a special offer. No promo code needed. It's good through this weekend only. And the sooner you get on board, the more days you get included in that package because it is the rest of the calendar year, the rest of December through January until December 31st, 2024. The rest of December, the rest of this year, however you want to phrase it, you get the rest of December, the rest of 2024 for just $1.99 complete. No promo code needed. And that's not just college and pro football. It's also college and pro basketball. All four major sports for just over $7 a day for the rest of this year. That works out to less than $2 a day for each sport. And once again, the sooner you get on board, the more days you get included in that package. It's up there right now on my page. Check it out, stevemerrillwagertalk.com. And while you're there, check out the daily free plays. I post a free play almost every day of the week in either basketball or football with analysis. Check out the free play. Get the $1.99 rest of the year special and start taking a serious investment approach with my all sports best bets. Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com. Hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. Follow me on social media on X and Instagram at Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merrill on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV. There's more free play videos coming up next.